Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Welcome back. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a grand and as pleasant and a fabulous New Year. It's just another year, isn't it, with a different number? That's what it is to me, anyway. But I had a pleasant New Year. Anyway, today's video, because I do get a lot of emails about coming to the Philippines. So I thought today I'm going to make a video called The Beginner's Guide to Coming to the Philippines and to spending some time in the Philippines. After this, oh, he's gone by. The man with the noisy exhaust with no muffler. So, it's basically common sense, but there are a few fundamental things that you should bear in mind. And I think one of the things that you should bear in mind when coming here is because it is a developing country. Some people say a third world country, developing country, similar thing. Um, Many people think that they can get away with anything here. They think, oh, it's a country, or it's lawless and things like that. Well, it might be a little bit lawless to some Filipinos, but when it comes to foreigners, you will get the full brunt of the law. So what I'm saying is, when you come here, behave yourselves. This is a fundamental thing that we all should take on board when we are in a foreign country, is behave yourself like you would in your own country. If not, behave yourself more in this country, because if you get caught up in some kind of web here, it might be a bit more difficult to get yourself out of. So the first thing I'd say is behave yourselves. Act on your best behavior. Don't go running around thinking like it's like the Wild West. It might be, but don't think you can get away with anything here or everything, because you can't. If you're in an accident, the foreigner pays. Just remember that as well. So that's one of the things I would say. Another thing is, when a lot of foreigners come here, and when you're coming from the West, where it is quite organized, well, the Philippines is the opposite. It's unorganized chaos, and it is unorganized chaos, but it seems to work. It works for the Filipinos anyway. They've been doing it for thousands of years, and it works for them. But you will come in, you think, Jesus Christ, what's happening here? With the road, the traffic, the noise, and all that kind of stuff. And you'll see the motorcyclists with 3 or 4 passengers on there, sometimes even more. So you've got to bear this in mind, that you're coming out of an organized country to a disorganized country, and you've just got to bear with it. Laugh about it if you can. When I first came here and I saw these habble drivers, as they call themselves, or hubble, I don't know. They are basically unlicensed motorcycle taxis, and they pick up 1, 2, 3 people, and it's just taking life in your own hands, people, because most of these motorcycles, they haven't got a license. The bikes are not serviced, no brakes and things like that. So stick with a taxi. Even these 3-wheeler motor cabs, as they call them here, they are like death on wheels as well. Some of them are a bit better than others because it's a franchise here. So when you see the 3-wheelers outside of, when you might go to a supermarket, or you get off a bus, or you get off a not so much the airports. The airports is generally cars, but when you come to these kind of places where I am in the provinces, and like in the city, Dipolog City, and all that, you have these tricycles, and they are franchised, so they are kind of serviced, I think, to a degree. But just be careful. Get a taxi. Get a proper taxi. But I mean, for experience, try a habble if you like. I have many times before I got my car and my bike before. So just bear that in mind. Dogs. The dogs here are called Ascals. It's a Philippine name for a Philippine dog. Now, many of them are very friendly, these dogs, but bear in mind, the Philippines has got one of the highest counts of rabies in the world. What I do, and I even do it now, people, because there are a lot of dogs here, they know me, but I still take a stick. if I go walking, I always take a stick, always. And they don't come nowhere near you. Because they will bark at you. They will bark at you till they really get to know you. Now, dogs here are left wild, so they breed in all the time. So there will be dogs that come into your neighborhood looking for the bitch who's in season. They don't know you, so they will bark, and they could possibly go for you. It's happened to a person up here, and they bit him. He's riding a motorcycle. They attacked him on the bike and bit his leg. Carry a stick. Very important, because you don't want rabies. And even if the dog doesn't break your skin, if it bites you or scratches you, it's still wise to go to the medical centre, get the rabies jabs and all that sort of stuff. Get them before you come. Get them before you come here. I did. I got rabies injections before I come to the Philippines. It's long expired. I think it only lasts a year. So there's that. Water. Very, very important, people. Water. Now, they have these big gallon, they call it 5-gallon drums or 10-gallon drums, whatever they are. From the water boys, I call them water boys. They come round, they're like 20 pesos for the bottle. Now, I don't know about you people, but I don't drink them. I've tried before, but what I've noticed is when you get these water bottles, they got like a little sealed top on. Now, when they carry the water here, the water comes out the top on some of these bottles. So if water can come out, air can go in. Okay, so they're not the best of cleanliness, I don't think. And also, because they go through like a filtration system, Filipinos being Filipinos, people, they will get as long life as they can from the filters before they change them, because it costs a lot of money. So use that for your washing, use that for your boiling water if you're boiling vegetables. But if you're drinking, go for your distilled water. Buy your distilled water. I do, and it's 100 pesos for 10 litres of drinking water. Definitely do that. You're going to save yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of pain, because I've had it here a couple of times as well with food and water as well. And believe me, people, it's got nothing on Delhi Belly. This out here, when you get bad out here, it is bad. You know, it's everywhere. It really is. You don't want that. It's very unpleasant. So drinking water. Buy your drinking water. Don't flash your money about. Don't flash your money around. Just carry enough what you need for the day, you know, and try to carry it in low denominations, because a lot of places here, unless it's a garage or a big shop, if you've got 1,000 pesos and you go to buy, I don't know, a bottle of Coke or some little odds and sods, the chances are they aren't going to be able to break that 1,000 pesos down into your change. So try and carry low denominations, and don't carry too much of them. You know, don't carry 10,000, 15, 20,000 pesos. You don't need to bring that sort of money for a day out. Unless you're going to like a resort, then with people, then, you know, perhaps you might do. But generally speaking, you know, like when I go out, I carry, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 pesos in small denominations generally, because you stop in little sari-saris, you might buy this, buy that, very little money. One thing that I will stipulate, and I mean this, people, because although Filipinos are friendly people, some of them, it's the same around the world. You might find a friendly person and you think, oh, these are very friendly, and, you know, don't take things at face value, you know. Think about why they are befriending you. And I've never been robbed here. I will be honest, I've never been robbed, I've never been mugged, I've never been harmed. But I think I had a good teacher when I first came here. Was you know, a guy called Sandley, and he was an angler, and he was telling me the things not to do and the things, you know, the places where to go and not to go, and things like that. So I'm just passing on this knowledge to you guys. You know, if you've been here for a long time, then this video is absolutely of no use to you whatsoever. But for people who are coming here, I think it's you know, worth watching. Small denominations, people. Small denominations. Don't go around getting drunk. Don't go around getting drunk and making a twat of yourself, because it's not going to end well. If you get a bit annoyed with a Filipino, you might be having a few drinks, and yeah, because when they have a drink, they do really like invade your space. meaning you could be sat drink, and they will be, because they drink to themselves. They drink themselves oblivious. Some of them drink to them. They do. They drink to oblivion. To oblivion. So if they invading your space, because they do lean over and they spitting on you and all that kind of stuff where they drunk and they just want to get to know you, just simply move away. But don't get shirty and don't, get away, when you come to me that close, don't do that, because, the chances are you're going to cause a confrontation, because they can snap like that. They can be the most friendliest people in the world, to you, to a foreigner, or even to their own kind, and they can snap, okay? They really can. So just bear that in mind as well. Have patience. You need patience to live in the Philippines or to come in the Philippines for any length of time. If you haven't got patience, you're not going to survive. You could have all the money in the world, you could live in the most beautifulest part of the Philippines, but if you haven't got patience, it's not going to work, because you'll get yourself so exasperated and so pent up, like this. You don't know what's going on. You will get yourself like that. Have some patience. Just stand back, count to 10, take a deep breath, start again. Patience, I think, is one of the main things that you're going to need, really, because it doesn't matter where you go, there's going to be a wait, and there's going to be a process you have to go through. Sometimes you might see a fixer if you're getting a driving license here or something like that, and you might get it done a bit quicker, but there's still a process to go through, and there's still patience, which is needed. There truly is. There truly is. Like I said, this is just a beginner's guide. Also, if you do come here, and you come here for a woman or something like that, don't do what I did. This experience, I'm telling you, from my experience, don't fall for that first one and, do stupid like I did, like buy a house. Not this house, the previous house. And lost a lot of money because I realised it wasn't the girl that I wanted to be with, but I walked away from it. And like everyone says here, if you can't afford to walk away from something, don't part with your money. Rent. Don't stay in one place. I think this is also an important thing of the Philippines. I know someone who got married to a lady, and not too far away from me. He loves his partner, I believe, but he doesn't like the area where he lives. But he's built a big house here, and of course, he can't move away. He's invested all of his expendable money into the house. He's got a pension, but he couldn't afford to do the same again unless he sold the house that he's already got, which I think he's having problems doing because it's a big house, expensive. So travel around a bit. Travel to the different islands, even to different barangays, until you really feel like, wow, this feels a bit like home. This feels a bit special. I think I was quite lucky because the first time I was here, I was in Manila, didn't like it. I don't like cities anyway. Then I went to Cebu. Yeah, it's literally, it's better than Manila in my eyes, but again, didn't particularly feel homely there for me. And then I travelled further south and come to the red zone, Mindanao, which a lot of people say, don't go to Mindanao, you're going to get your head chopped off. Well, it hasn't happened yet. Doesn't say it's not going to, but I don't think so. And I'm in a province, which I love it here. I do. This feels like home. Because bear in mind, and I'm going to do a video later, not today, tomorrow perhaps, about a lady who she died in 2018, but she's called Hannah Hawkswell. And the reason I'm going to do a video about this lady is because she lived not far from where I lived, was born and bred in Crook in County Durham. She had a farm. I'm not going to say too much now because I'm going to do a video all about her, probably tomorrow or the day after. It's worth a watch, people. It really is, because this lady was an extraordinary lady. And her name was Hannah Hawkswell. So maybe you can Google. There was some documentaries made about her. And she lived not far from where I did. And the point I'm trying to get at is the reason I like it here is because my home, where I was born and bred, was similar to this. No coconut trees, not tropical, of course. It was the northeast of England. Very brutal weather-wise when I was younger. The seasons were seasons back then, and the winters were damn cold. And the summers weren't really hot and only lasted 2 weeks. You're lucky if you got 20 degrees, 22 degrees, 25 degrees. You were very lucky for a couple of weeks. Now it's changed, and so that's why I like it here, is because I like the peace. The peace, he says, with the chickens and the pigs. But really, it doesn't bother me that much. It doesn't. It only bothers me if I want to do a video. And I'm thinking, I'll do a video now, and I come out, and the pigs are honking, and the chickens are squabbling, and sometimes there is music. But hand on my heart, it doesn't really bother me. So bear that in mind as well. If you're a city person, this is not going to do you, I don't think. If you're a country person, perhaps it will do you. But if you don't like noise, because in these kind of places, everyone has chickens. The rooster, true to call. The roosters, continual. Dawn, dusk, it doesn't matter. They will crack on. And because I come out here sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning for a cup of coffee and that, I wake up early sometimes, and I put the lights on, they think it's time to start calling. They think, oh God, why did I do that? And then they start talking to each other until I go back and turn the light off, and then they stop. But bear that in mind, people. Like I said, it's a beginner's guide. It's just a simple beginner's guide. Be very careful. Just be careful. Be careful who you go with. Be careful who you team up with. I've been lucky, I think, because on the whole, Filipinos are great people. A lot of you might think otherwise, but through my experience, I've never had any wrongdoing to me. I've seen some terrible things happen with Filipinos when they've been fighting with each other and squabbling with each other. Never lend money. Never lend money to your girlfriend's family, because you will not be lending it, you will be giving it, because you will not get it back, or I'll be surprised if you get it back. Some of them do pay it back, but just think of it as a gift. If you can afford to do it, it's up to you, but just remember this: once you do it once, it will be expected. So when you come across and they ask you for money, to say, look, I've only got enough, I'm not rich, I'm living on what I'm living on. And make it quite clear that you haven't got copious amounts of money that you can afford just to give away. Money doesn't grow on trees. So bear that in mind as well. And I think these are the 5 or 6 fundamental things that I would just say, really, is that, be very careful. Don't part with your money if you can help it. And I mean part with your money unnecessarily. Don't come here and scrimp and scrape. Have a bloody damn good time. But keep low denominations and don't carry a big bundle of money, because there are strangers and you won't see them and they will be seeing you, I guarantee it. And you could be opening up yourself to an opportunist. Okay, that's it, people. Like I said, tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to do a video of Hannah Hawkswell. And if you've got the time, look up on this lady. She's a beautiful old lady, and I really want to do a video on her. And she was quite special to the people of the northeast of England. Of course, I'm a Durham lad. I'm a Wearsider. And everyone in the northeast, when I was growing up, they used to talk about her, how lovely she was and how special she was. And just Hannah Hawkswell. Have a Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about, and I will make a video. Anyway, people, thank you very much for taking the time to sit through my rambling on, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.